Guess who's back? Back again. Critic's back. Tell your friends. Alright, we better stop doing that before we get a copyright strike. Wouldn't want one of those. Alright, don't need that. That's all sweaty and gross. You're probably wondering where I've been for the past, truth is, right after the last video, someone gave me this N64 controller, and I've been spending the past month and a half trying to figure out how to hold it properly. Because you can't like, I think I've got it though. If you press your middle finger to the Z button, your pointer finger to the arrow, and then just, okay, Sonic Adventure, roll film.
You know I'm underrated, yeah. I wonder why I'm hated. I'm trying to make a statement, yeah. You know I'm underrated. I wonder why I'm hated. I'm trying to make a statement. I'm trying to get my payment. I swear to God I'll make it. I'm cocky, I can't fake it. If you're not messing with my flow, it's cause you cannot take it.
Mediacritic is a big baby.
Ask anyone you've ever met, what's your favorite Snok game? And you and I both know 90% of sane people are going to say Mania, but there's also that 10% that'll say Sonic Adventure 2. But this doesn't make Sonic Adventure a bad game, don't get me wrong. Sonic Adventure is a well-loved game, but it isn't S tier, definitely B or A. This doesn't make the game terrible in the eyes of myself or the rest of the internet. No, that role is reserved for Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, playing through this game, the argument could go either way, so I thought I'd rank the characters from best to worst and go a little in-depth with each. So, number 1! Obviously, I'm gonna go with Snok the Rock Johnson himself for best character. His movements are fast and fluid. Sonic stages are short but leave you with a desire to replay them. However, I do think Snok's skill set is best suited for long stretches of track with obstacles aiming to slow him down. I say this because the last 3 or so stages, and even the final boss, this game has the player doing precise platforming, which neither the game's programming nor Snok's controls are built around or really even cut out for, which leaves the level design feeling cheap and unfair just too often, especially in the final boss fight. The fight itself barely lasted 5 minutes, but the total time it took me to beat it was well over an hour. But upon beating it, I was finally able to move on to number 2 on this list. Number 2! I'll admit, putting Tails at number 2 was a legitimately difficult decision. It all comes down to the fact that Tails lacks the ability to perform the homing attack. Without this, level pacing can be drastically slowed and overall just less fun. Tails' ability to fly, just like in Sonic 3, however, is a godsend. Being able to fly, generally controlling a lot less fast and slippy, makes the later stages so much more enjoyable and actually playable. Trying to find shortcuts and killing enemies with the tail attack is thoroughly enjoyable, and overall, Tails is a very fun character to play for some alternatives to Snok's constant speed and adrenaline-fueled combat. Which leads us to number 3! E102 Gamma. I know, everyone is shocked I picked one of the weirder characters. I defend this decision by saying that although E102 Gamma has a slower pace than the other levels, it still maintains the element of speed and action that makes Snok Adventure such a fun experience to begin with. In each E102 Gamma stage, you have a strict timer which can be expanded by targeting one or more enemies and shooting missiles, and on top of that, E102 Gamma is still relatively fast and can provide some fun alternative gameplay while still being in the same genre. This is how you add variety to a platformer game. However, when game variety is plentiful, it can't all be good. Which brings us to number 4! Chuckles, Knuckles, the Red Bandit himself. I know what you're still asking. Why did I put a character as recognizable as Knuckles this far down on the list? And well, it's because, and I won't sugarcoat it, Knuckles' gameplay sucks. It's terrible. It's bad. It's stupid, not well refined like the rest of the game. It's just a big stupid Easter egg hunt for the Master Emerald pieces. I can't enjoy it at all. If I wanted a collectathon game where I find hidden pieces, I'd just play Mario. Or heck, even when this game came out, Banjo-Kazooie had it beat. Knuckles' overall gameplay just isn't fun, and I would just skip it unless you're trying to 100% this game. And speaking of trying to alternate from Snok's gameplay while still maintaining basic elements that make it fun, number 5! I'll give credit to Snok team for the Amy stages. With these, it actually felt like they were trying to do something similar to Tails or E102 Gamma. However, they failed horribly. I swear, I've played games on Scratch with better feeling controls. So does anyone remember what made Marble Hill Zone and Labyrinth Zone so unbearably bad in Snok 1? I'll answer that question with a simple word. Slow. Amy's gameplay completely bastardizes the Sonic franchise. I swear, Sonic 06 had better gameplay than this disgusting abomination, pointless attempt at making a piece of media anyone or their grandparents would even remotely care about. Amy's levels are slow, gross, and just a ridiculous attempt at being fun. Now, before we move on to the worst character in this game, unarguably, I'm going to bring up two things. The overworld. I'm going to say, no Snok game has ever had a good overworld. If you can think of one, tell me in the comments, but you're wrong. This one's isn't too bad, but it still completely breaks the pacing and is utterly pointless. You spend 2 minutes having fun on a stage, and then spend an hour blindly groping around for the next little shred of fun. Next thing, the Chow Garden. This is, without a doubt, the best part of the game. In each level, when you defeat an enemy, you can catch the animal stored in it and bring it back to your garden to level up your Chow stats and enter them in races. And this is like hot off the heels of Pokemon. It's so fun, and if you have the GameCube or Sega Dreamcast version, you can hook up the VMU or the Game Boy Advance to it and take your Chow on the go just like Tamagotchi. And it just makes the stages so replayable. However, the Chow are shared to are locked to each character, like Wii Virtual Console games to the console. And so you kind of just have to pick your favorite one. Obviously going to be Snok. Number 6. Big the Duke Nukem is in this game, and if that wasn't bad enough, his levels aren't even levels. They're just Sega Bass Fishing Simulator, and they're not even the fun kind, like in Wii Play. No, it's slow, boring, and not even platforming. I can't take it anymore.
In conclusion, I think Sonic Adventure is a good game if you have nothing else to play. But in general, I just don't think it's worth the $25+ you have to pay for a GameCube copy. I mean, honestly, if you want to play it, just buy it on Steam. It's like $8. Overall, Adventure 2 is better.
Guys, what's up? Post video making Josh here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I worked moderately hard on it, and yeah, so let me know what you want to see in the future if you like this top 10 style. I'm thinking about doing a video on Halo 4 next, but don't quote me on that. You know how bad I am with my promises so far. But trust me, I did try to work on a couple projects since then. I just really haven't been feeling it. But one that I really wanted to do for a while is Minecraft. But that video is like a distant thought. Most likely, we'll be looking at some 360 or early Xbox One games next. I'm not entirely sure. So if you have any recommendations, please tell me in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond. Or do my Twitter thing, like to follow me on Twitter and tweet at me, or follow me on Instagram and DM me whatever it's called. Good night, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Underrated, crazy bars, you can't explain it. Underrated, I'ma slay it, working my way up to greatness. Got it sewn up like it's braided, tunnel vision.